Yeah. I do have one question.
Yeah.
I really need some more fiber options. Like I love oatmeal. So I've been adding oatmeal to my breakfast stuff because I feel like that's something that keeps me full. But like as far as other I have brown rice and popcorn that are um, high in fiber,
Hmm.
that are fillers, are not really fillers, but what do you call them? Uh, blah, blah. My brain is off. I have it written down here in front of me, and I don't even know what category it is.
Like,
Um, whole wheat.
oh, okay.
Whole wheat.
Uh,
So like because like when I make my meals and stuff, I do a lot of the fruits and vegetables and the protein. Um, but like what else can I add to it that would be
so
a good fill?
sure. Okay. So before we actually dive into that, here's a better question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, do you understand what your actual average fiber intake is? And number two, do you understand if that is sufficient for you or adequate, or if it should be higher or lower?
No.
That makes sense? Because,
Yeah.
like,
No, I don't. I have a lot of different notes, but I feel like when I'm putting together meals, like I feel like I'm missing something. I have my proteins, I have my vegetables,
mm-hmm.
but I don't have like that added, and it could be like carbohydrates. It could be, I don't know. I don't have it. I don't know.
Yeah. So, okay, so there's a couple of things behind this question, and this is something that happens all the time um, with my weight loss clients. They'll ask a very simple question, like just like that, but the answer isn't necessarily straight up like, okay, just eat more of this, right?
Right.
Because what if your diet already has more than enough fiber in it? Then what's the point of trying to get more fiber in? If
True.
you're already eating a sufficient amount that your body is, utilizing, um, well,
Right.
that makes sense. Uh, so so sure, we could just dive straight into fiber foods like berries and apples or corn, or popcorn, oatmeal, rice, quinoa, stuff like that. But honestly, I think a better approach is to first understand, okay, what is my fiber intake, and then number two, what should it be? Um,
Right.
and as a general rule of thumb, now there's a couple ways that you can go about this, but on a general basis, things that I walk my weight loss clients through are, if your average caloric intake is 1,500 calories or less, aim for 20 grams of fiber as a minimum. If your caloric intake is 1,500 calories or more, above 1,500 calories, aim for 25 grams of fiber per day.
Okay.
Just as a general standpoint. Now, again, health is personal, right?
Right.
And your actual fiber intake based off your goals and what's going to help you best throughout the day might need to be higher. You may want it to be higher, or maybe you could do fine with 12 to 15 grams. Okay? It's all personal, and that's why where the personal coaching part really comes in. But on a general standpoint, that would be my recommendation. So before even diving into that, number one, reveal to yourself what your average fiber intake is. If you've been tracking in
Yep.
my file for 7 days, go back through your past 7 days, take an average of your fiber intake. Then take your calories. If you're 1,500 or less, are you hitting 20 grams? If you're over 1,500, are you hitting 25 grams? If you are, I would say just keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about being worried about more fiber. If you're not, and you do want to be hitting those numbers, then number one, which you've already done, is educate yourself on where you're getting your fiber from. After that, could you just eat more of those items because you know you like those items? You know that you enjoy those items, and those are items that you can stick to.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
after you get through that, if you're still not satisfied, then I would go into the diving into where else can I bring things in. Does that
Bring
make
it.
sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I
Just,
think one of the things that I'm feeling is, and you said it from day one. Now remember, when you drop, if you drop in your caloric intake too fast, you're going to be able to sustain it for a couple of weeks, and then you're going to start feeling hungry. And I have moments of feeling hungry, and I don't want that to overpower where I'm at right now. I don't want it to stop, but I want to be smart about it. I don't want to just ignore it. So I want to make sure that I am doing everything I can do to stay on the right path, because I feel like I really jumped the gun. I wish I would have had a week of just looking at my calories without making any changes, just to see where it was. But because I didn't, I can't go back and change it, and because I can't. So I think I know that there's definitely a gap from what I was eating to what I am eating. Or not really a gap. There's definitely a difference.
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, I'm certainly not I'm not sitting down and eating chicken Alfredo. Now I'm eating, if I'm making some sort of Alfredo, I am doing it differently, and I'm making better choices so that it's falling in right, but I'm doing it differently. So that's where I guess the fiber for me comes in is I want to make sure that if I do feel that, what would be my best choice? And this is exactly what you said, is go back and look at it and say, hey, where are you falling? What can you do? If you're feeling hungry, increase yourself, do a little bit of this, and, give yourself the room, and then look at it, like you said, a week at a time. Don't look at a day at a time. It makes a big difference.
It does. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, that's the same process that I would walk, any of my weight loss clients through is, you asked, that simple question of how can I take in more, but really we need to get into that other stuff first and reveal that stuff. And I mean, if you notice this, the answer to your question was like step 6, right? Because first, I want you to understand where it was coming from. Number 2, understand if that is adequate, right? Through understanding your calories, and then understand if that's where you want it to be at. Then focus on the foods that you're already doing or already eating, and then say, can I just eat more of them? And then if you still need more after that, then it's, okay, now where else can I go? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep,
so it's like way at the bottom.
Yep.
But in big picture, like this, it happens all the time, especially with weight loss. People will go have a question like that and jump to step 7 versus starting, here and then understanding this and understanding this. And does that make sense?
Yeah.